Hello there everybody, my name is Jerdude, today here to talk about my thoughts on Titanfall 2 as of early September 2016. The last time I did a video like this was right after the first weekend of the tech test, and now obviously the second weekend has passed a little while ago, and I just wanted to sort of update this video to kind of tell you what I'm thinking about it, as it has changed a little bit, and I'd say for the most part, for the better. Let's start off with the biggest issue that I myself had, as well as I'm pretty sure a lot of the community did it as well, was that the movement system was originally changed during the tech test weekend. We thought a lot of things were adjusted, but apparently, according to Respawn themselves, and I guess some people ran some tests, but the biggest thing that kind of made everything feel a lot slower was that wall running speeds had been decreased, as well as how fast you run off of walls had been slowed down as well, so that kind of messed up what we were used to, but now they put it back to the way we're used to it from the first game in the second weekend of the tech test. And I myself, that was definitely the biggest thing for me, and it makes me a lot more confident. I mean, that wasn't a big thing to change, but at the same time, it's a big part of the core of the game, and for them to fix it like that, well, obviously they're listening to us, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that change for sure. And then also bunny hopping has been restored. It was nerfed the first weekend of the tech test, but it's been reintroduced and it's better than ever. One thing I do still have a bit of a problem with is ejecting from Titans, which just kind of ties into movement, not really, but just it seems like you only go 30 feet in the air, where in Titanfall, the original, you went like a couple hundred feet into the air. I'm not sure why they changed that. I really wish that you would just fly incredibly high like you once did in the original game. And just on the topic of Titans, I am very happy that they've reintroduced the Titan timer for the build time to come back. I had missed it. Every once in a while there were games where I was just playing like garbage, and I'm sure most of you guys have had games like that, and you just wanted to get your Titan, but you weren't. Well, they brought back the Titan timer, and I think that's a good thing. Oh, and I was going to make a separate video about this, but I thought I didn't really have a lot to say, but the new Titans that have been introduced, the final three, look great, and I think the balance is going to really work out. There's two very speedy and agile Titans that have fairly low armor, them obviously being Northstar as well as Ronin. Then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's Legion and Scorch that are more heavily armored and they're a bit slower, and then finally in the middle we have Tone as well as Ion. And I mean, I was kind of expecting it to end up working out like that. We have to see exactly where they all fall, like in order, the exact order from, say, the most agile to the slowest. But they look very good. I am very excited, especially to play with the faster Titan, Ronin and Northstar, but I'm probably going to end up playing with Scorch and I think Tone. Both of those really do look fantastic to me, so I think I'll probably end up going with that. For the game modes, I have enjoyed Pilot Hunt. Don't know why they kind of made it a part of the tech test, because the whole point of the game, or at least the big focus of the game, is obviously the Titans, and they made it one of the core game modes, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be at the top of the list or near the top in the final game for the list of all the games, but anyways, I enjoyed playing that. Amped Hardpoint got a lot better when they made it a whole lot easier to get your Titans faster. And then Bounty Hunt, I do really like it. I think it was a great idea that they lowered the cap from $6,000 to $5,000 in order to win, because it seemed like a lot of the times the match would run out to the timer, and that was how the match would end without actually hitting the limit, so that fixed that issue. Probably the biggest issue that I have though with it as of now is that you lose half of your cash while you die. It is kind of a meta game where you can, yes, store up a bunch of money. There's the cap of $1,000, but then if you have all this money and you're ready to deposit it, if you get shot, you can lose half of it and give it to the enemy team. I don't know if I like half, maybe a third, but I really think half is too much and they should adjust that a bit. I did start to enjoy the maps as I learned them more. The first weekend, I think I was kind of frustrated overall with the design of them, but I think they work out. There was a bit of variation, especially once forward-based Kodai joined the roster. And also, as it's been said, Angel City is returning. I'm very excited for that. And apparently a lot of the maps are supposed to be returning to a more traditional Titanfall style, so I'm not too worried about the maps. And just to wrap up this video, I'm still not a fan of the outline. It has been kind of decreased a little bit, but I'm still not a fan of it. And then finally, for pilot classes, at first I was fine with it, but I don't care for the fact that you're not able to have both a pistol and an anti-Titan anymore. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people running pistols anymore, because, well, you gotta worry about these Titans. They're a big part of the game, and having to choose between the two, I don't really understand why they would do that. I think this would be a fairly easy fix, that they could just reintroduce the option to have both a sidearm pistol as well as an anti-Titan weapon, instead of having to choose between the two. I mean, obviously in Pilot vs. versus pilot, you don't need an anti-titan weapon, but besides that, pretty much every other game mode, I don't see why you would ever pick a sidearm over an anti-titan, especially if you're trying to help your team. I mean, that's just my personal thoughts on it, but yeah, that's kind of everything. It was a little more structured than my previous one. I had a few points written down, but I just wanted to let you guys know how I am feeling about the game. Overall, I'm still incredibly excited, and especially after the second weekend, it's looking just fantastic. And with all the news we're getting, I think it's going to be a really good game that's going to last a very long time. I'm especially excited for the amount of content and customization, even with camos and decals and skins. It's looking fantastic. But anyways, my name is Gerdude. I'll talk to you later with some more Titanfall 2 as well as some other gaming content. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.